Yo, the Simulor got a new augment, and I think definitely want to be using it on the Cyanoid Simulor here. We have the upgraded variant that you get from Cephalon Suda. So either grind that up or buy it or whatnot. But the important part is that it doesn't really change the weapon that much. It still does like AoE explosion damage. Now you just don't have to detonate it yourself if you don't know the Simulor like by itself. You shoot these balls and they can stack into each other, and then you can detonate them with your alt fire button, and they do a big AoE. And I was shocked while using this thing and putting some forma on it and messing with my build. Without the augment, it's actually pretty a-okay now with Rifle Elementalist. It has a lot of forced electric procs, and if you build for viral heat, the heat procs on top of the electric procs with Elementalist actually make this thing pretty good, even without the augment. I think the augment is really good though. It's just a nice thing for you to not have to fire the orbs yourself with your alt fire button. Um, Instead of its DPS output being 2 button presses, it puts it down to 1 where you just hold the trigger down. So that is nice. And yeah, so I guess I will just show the augment here. All that's really going to happen is I'm going to shoot the orbs, and then the damage goes off immediately compared to what it normally does. And when you fire these orbs off, they have a chance to turn into these vortexes that suck more guys in. It is not the biggest heavy shredder in the game, I'll say that. But one thing, it does do forced magnetic as well. I think this could be like a good like anti-corpus weapon. You know, if you're ever grinding like sisters, or if you're grinding like a steel path corpus node, the forced magnetic and electric procs is very nice. Obviously, fighting the armored guys, it doesn't really, you're not really using it to its full capabilities, but it's still pretty good. That was a pretty good clear right there. They're kind of spread out, and the grouping doesn't, suck all 20 simulcrom guys there, but yeah, it's not bad at all. So I'll go through my build here and what I got going on. It is just like a standard hybrid viral build. So there's nothing insane going on here, to be honest. I do think the most important part is Rifle Elementalist here. That 90% status damage really, really, really helps it a lot with the all the electric procs you get and all of the heat procs you get. Before, when I was testing this out, I was using Hammer Shot instead. So I'm like, oh, it does some decent crit, and having over 100% status chance would be nice. And I was wrong. Elementalist kind of cleared this thing. I was doing way, way, way better, just numbers wise, with Rifle Elementalist in here. But as for everything else, we have critical delay. We want as much crit as possible, and make use of our decently high crit multiplier there at 4.4. Viral heat, just a good element to always build for. Galvanized chamber for more multi-shot. And then there's our new Nightwave weapon augment mod. Orbs that strike targets will explode immediately. Good. 90% bonus damage, really good. And then 18% chance that Singularity pulls in more targets. Um, so that's the suck part I was talking about. It's not that big. It's really good for like small hordes of enemies, like when they first spawn and come through doorways. You know, if you pay attention to your map, and when enemies first spawn, you'll see they spawn in like a little combat troop and then they run towards you. You know, if you get them, catch them while they're all together after they just spawned, it's actually pretty good. But yeah, don't really care about the suck part. The only really good part here is the bonus damage and then it blowing up immediately. But honestly, like I said, um, if you unfortunately are watching this at a time where the augment's no longer available and you don't have it, putting hammer shot in here actually isn't that bad. It feels pretty good with it. Obviously, you have to detonate your orbs and stuff and be smart about it if you're not running this augment. But hammer shot actually it felt pretty good. So that's my takeaway. And the arcanes, there's really nothing to write home about here, to be honest. Um, I wanted to do something with primary crux. I was hoping the explosions could hit weak points. We could get a boatload of status chance, and I could do like a raw status with electric and heat procs doing crazy damage. And that wasn't the case at all. I couldn't get the explosions to hit the weak points at all. I know that was changed a while ago, but there are some weapons that ignore that. So I was hoping that would work. It does not. So very sad for me. Everything else, though, I mean, I don't think a primary blight build would be that crazy, or primary frostbite, that kind of thing. So we're just all merciless here. at the end of the day. I think it's the best option just for raw damage and increasing our reload speed. You know, nothing crazy to write home about. So, this is my build. That was the showcase. Now I'm going to put on my Sentinel. Slap on some Dirigia here. And now I'm going to go head into a Kuva Fortress Survival. And go to town with some guys. And I'll see you there. Adios. Alright, we're here. We've got a nice little tile here. See what I'll show you about the catching the guys in the doorways here. We'll try to lock down this little zone and not leave. Because if we can hit them right here and like pull them into the doorway, it'd be a nice funnel for keeping our kills up. Yeah, not bad at all. And I do have the faction variant on, so we are getting even more magnetic damage whenever it goes off, the little faction thing. But I mean, it's magnetic damage against these armored guys, so the only thing that it will really help against is Exami with their overguard whenever they show up. But no, it's actually pretty good, and I was shocked. I was like, okay, when I pulled this thing out of my arsenal to level and use for the first time, I was shocked that with the addition of elementalists, the forced electric procs on top of the heat procs you build for are actually doing a lot of damage. And I was kind of shocked at how A-okay it was. This thing's probably been good for a while. There's probably been some people using it under the radar since elementalist got added. But yeah, it's pretty good. One thing I will say, I am using a black energy color on it, and I recommend it as well. Before I was using like an orange to match my citrine, and yeah, it's blinding. I would definitely recommend. Yeah, that guy taking a while to kill there. No, but I think this thing is just like perfectly fine with this augment, and I think it's a-okay without the augment now. I didn't even know elementalist made that much of a difference with all the electric procs this thing puts out, but it is very good. Nothing to go crazy. I only get one shot by that blitz. And he's gone. Alright. Oh yeah, this thing's a monster. Well, monster's maybe a strong word. It feels really good. It's shockingly good for how old it is and how much just a singular augment can do. I don't think it's beating anything else's butt in the kills department, like super strong, but it's definitely worth using if you just want to try out a new AoE weapon. Sometimes, maybe if you just like, you know, maybe you've been using a lot of the Kuva Tonkor and you want to use a different AoE weapon, you know, you could slap this thing on. You know, I used to rotate between like the Tsar and the Brahma and the Tenant Envoy, just like all the time, just because they all kind of do the same thing. They're all just big AoE explosion weapons. But sometimes you just want some different sound effects. You know, they all sound different. They all do have slightly different AoEs and whatnot. Different ammo shenanigans, you know. It is a game with, like, probably, well over 600 different type of weapons to use. It's nice to try different stuff out from time to time. Honestly doing pretty good. I doubt we're going to hit like 100 KPM. You know, if I have 500 kills in 5 minutes, I'll be shocked. But I imagine we'll be close. I imagine we'll be close. We'll see. We got a minute and a half to go. And we still got to see the Acolyte. I have just tested in some Steel Path missions beforehand. And I have killed 2 Acolytes solo, and I thought it was okay. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. It looks that much different here. I don't know. Ooh, okay. Sentinel down. Oh. Okay, I was bugged there for a second. I couldn't do anything. After my after we got knocked down, the Dirigia got one shot by that Blitz Eximus. What the Hoof Adjuster? What is it? Misery? Hello, sir. Our hallway's kind of getting infested. Since we got knocked down one time. Alright, can I shoot this guy in the head, please? Come here. Oh, need damage reduction. Yeah, it's like respectable. I wouldn't use the word good. Eh, it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. I don't hate it. I didn't hate it there. Let's see. I won't check our kills until we hit the 5-minute mark. We'll lock in and see if we can hit 100 kpm, 500 kills in 5 minutes. Let's see. It'll either be close or we've hit it. Let's kill this last wave here. We'll check. Yeah, 368. Yeah, okay, yeah. But, I mean, we kept life support up. It held down the zone pretty well. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. We didn't get really overwhelmed that much. We kind of got lucky here with the tile set. I think it's definitely like a corpus killer weapon. You know, if you ever need to slaughter a bunch of corpus, or you're going to be grinding like... I don't know. I did that while I was filling out my Steel Path planets. I would attune my loadout if I know it was going to be like on, like, I don't know. I'm going to like grind out all the Steel Path Jupiter nodes, you know. I tailored my loadout to killing the corpus. So maybe that's a time you'd use this. But it's good. It's worth using. I have like 2 Forma in this thing, and I think I only need really 1, to be honest, if I was looking at my capacity. But it's a good weapon. It's a good augment. If you like the Synoid Simulor, if you want to use the Simulor, this is definitely the way to go about it in 2025. So yeah, make sure you grind your Nightwave and get your augment, and maybe level this thing up if you want to. So that's it from me. Adios. Bye.